Yeah.
Guatemala is a fascinating country filled to its depth with history and culture. Guatemala's history, government, and everyday life makes this country an interesting topic. The Guatemalan government went through numerous changes from the Mayas to the present-day presidential republic. Juan José Alvaro Camacho was Guatemala's first democratically elected president. President Juan was a professor of philosophy. For more than a decade during the Civil War, Guatemala was under military rule. Military rule means that the military is in charge, making all the decisions with little power to the people. In 1986, Guatemala changed their form of government to a democracy, and later to a constitutional democratic government. A constitutional democratic government is a type of government based on the principles of the Constitution, in which Guatemala elects officials. The constitutional democratic government is different from a democracy because of the ways the votes are counted. In 2016, Guatemala elected a new president, President Jimmy Morales. Morales was born in Guatemala City into a poor family. Before Morales was president, he was a TV comedian in many Guatemalan shows. Currently, President Jimmy Morales is married to Hilda Morales. Serving alongside President Morales is Vice President Beth Cabrera. Cabrera has a degree in medical surgery from Universidad de San Carlos de Guatemala. Vice President Cabrera started his political career in 1999 as Secretary of Agricultural Affairs, military. The Guatemalan military, or Guatemalan Armed Forces, consists of the National Army of Guatemala, the Guatemalan Defense Navy, the Guatemalan Air Force, and the Presidential Honor Guard. Currently has one of the lowest military budgets in Latin America. Guatemalan military had its most power during the 36-year Civil War. Around 200,000 people died in the Civil War. The military was blamed for 93% of the casualties. The Civil War. The Guatemalan Civil War started when Guatemala's first guerrilla movement began in 1960. This unofficial army wanted to overthrow the government. This group was later joined by more people and known as the Armed Rebel Forces. There were two large groups in the war, known as the right-wing and left-wing groups. The right-wing groups were made up of people that wanted to overthrow the government. The right-wing groups felt like the government was finally us. Some right-wing revolutionary groups targeted the Mayan people even though they wanted nothing to do with the Civil War. Some Mayan people tried to escape the war by fleeing to the rainforest, creating their own villages. The right-wing groups still hunted them down, destroyed their homes, killed their animals, and even burned their houses and crops. Many villages were destroyed by the right side. Thousands of people fled to Mexico to try to escape the military's torture, and many of which were forced to leave their homes. Having nowhere to go, they had to live in model villages, which were under 24-hour military surveillance. President Alvaro Arús ended the 36-year Civil War in 1996 by signing a peace agreement that stated the government would investigate human rights abuse committed by the military, relocate people that were forced out of their homes, respect the Mayan population, and create a new police force. Also, a new bank would be created to help peasants buy land. The Mayan people. The Mayan people are believed to have lived in Guatemala thousands of years before the Spanish arrived. Mayan civilization was believed to have started in 2000 BC. Many things like spear tips and stone tools have been found in the highland, a series of large valleys and small mountains. The early Mayan people ate things such as fish, corn, squash, and beans. Now the Mayan people eat things like corn tortillas, black beans, and chilies. Most of the Mayan people live in the country, though many have been moving to the city in search of better health care and education. The Mayan people have been abused since colonial times because the Spanish people wanted their land, but still happily celebrate their religion. Original Mayan religion involved praying to the sun, moon, mountains, volcanoes, and water. The Mayan people believed that natural destruction was punishment from the gods. Spirits were believed to live in things such as rocks, streams, and wild animals. The clothing of the Mayan people was and still is very colorful and elaborate. The clothing is typically woven. The traditional woman's dress can differ from village to village and is worn with a band and usually a shawl. The earthquake of 1976. The earthquake of 1976 started when the North America and Caribbean plates crashed along the Montalvo Fault, sending a quake to Guatemala in minutes. This quake was centered 6 miles underground in 120 northwest of Guatemala City. The first shock came at 3:04 a.m. on February 4th and lasted for 49 seconds. The second shock came at 3:01 a.m. The earthquake had a large effect on the poor due to their houses often being made out of cardboard and adobe. One-third of Guatemala City was destroyed. After the quake, an estimated more than 30,000 people died. More than 76,000 people were injured and more than 1 million people were left homeless. The U.S. Air Force helped people who were not only injured by the quake, but also helped those who were left without home or food. This was a major quake. It measured a 7.5 on the Richter scale. A Richter scale is a scale used to measure the magnitude of earthquakes. Many of the injuries during the quake were a result of rubble falling on top of people. People who were lucky enough to be pulled out of the debris often suffered injuries to the back and pelvis. Everyday life. Language. Guatemala has around 21 native languages. The most commonly spoken Guatemalan languages are Nam, Cacuel, Quechua, and Quiche. It is believed that there were many more native Guatemalan languages, but only 21 were able to survive. Most of the native Guatemalan languages are very similar. The native Guatemalan languages were originally strictly oral, so you weren't able to write anything down in the languages. People like teachers, scholars, started to develop written forms of the native Guatemalan languages. After the written forms were developed, things like textbooks were printed. Guatemala's official language is Spanish, spoken by 60% of the population. English is often understood by the upper class, but not commonly spoken. Native Guatemalan languages were not appreciated for many years and were not allowed to be taught in schools until 1988. Education. In 2005, only 71% of Guatemalan people 15 years or older could read or write. Most public schools were not well funded. Since schools had so little money, public schools only went to 3rd grade. Buildings in which schools were held were in bad condition. Children often had to write on their laps and sit on blocks. The public education in Guatemala has changed a lot in the past 10 years. The government has been trying to get more involved in the rural schools by creating free public education for children 7 through 14. Even though the government has been trying to get more involved with the public school system, only half of the children that are supposed to go to school go to school. The Mayan children often have to work harder to get an education. Many of the Mayan families decide not to send their children to school because they need to stay home and help the family. For a long time, only boys went to school. Now mothers are insisting that their daughters go to school with their brothers. Mayan girls usually get to choose between learning how to weave and going to school. Even though weaving in Guatemala is full of intricate patterns and designs, a weaver only makes the average of $30 a month. The first university in Guatemala was established in 1673. Healthcare. Many Guatemalan people are so very poor they cannot afford proper health care and cannot get the right nutrition because they cannot afford the proper food intake. Because it is very hard to pay for nutritious food in Guatemala, many pregnant women do not take in enough nutrition while carrying the baby. Many pregnant women have miscarriages due to the baby lacking nutrition in the womb. 41 out of 1,000 infants die in Guatemala. The average Guatemalan female is expected to live for 69 years. The average Guatemalan male only lives for about 63. One of the main reasons for early deaths in Guatemala is because only 75% of Guatemala's population has access to safe drinking water. So many Guatemalan people get waterborne illness. Some Guatemalan people turn to traditional healers, and many Mayan people still practice traditional Mayan methods, one of which is a Catholic female healer. The Catholic female healers treat the body and spirit. Other kinds of healers are Mayan man healers who treat their patients spiritually and physically. I hope you enjoyed learning about Guatemala's government, history, and everyday life, and that you found my topic interesting.